You sat down and you attacked the master teacher because you thought you heard something that you didn't hear. That's the first violation. You don't come in. First of all, you come in and you act like you come in teach, but you don't. You got an agenda.
Moors are men upright, independent and fearless. Dogmatized, dirty Moors, punks cut out left earless, cause they never listen. Dirty Moors, keep up your slander. Wu-Tang torture in your ass, hot hangers. Kidnapper, dirty Moor, torture him like Saw. 3D, 0.5 or 1 through 4. Or get it like 5 or 6 with a fez on jigsaw. Leather face in a turban, rip dirty Moors lips off. Disrespecting the mother Ras Mariah Bay. Wrap him up like double crochet, the barbed wire way. Throw him off a bridge or feed him to the piranhas. Yellow journalists more spread nothing but propaganda. Idi Amin Bey, treat the temple like Uganda. Dirty Moors like foreigners, crush the dust like ganja. Not worthy of being Moors, we call them dirty Nehesus. Solomon Seal spell command 72 demons to get you.
This is what the temple guys actually said. That Canaanland is not a part of North America. Canaanland is bigger. Yo, it's ignorant, man. I mean, come on, you're talking about the same land, man. Canaanland is actually bigger than the landmass they know as the corporate United States. Almost twice as big. And if they had any sense, they could just go to Google and they can type in North America and find out North America goes all the way up to Green. But they're ignorant. They don't want to do that. They just dealing off emotion.
You might hear hoarse voices, two frog faces, and who's for feet. Demons we run with, spit fire with gold wolf teeth. Keep playing, forget back teeth, new Moors are an issue. Get Ginsu, maybe a dream visit from Ishnu, a nightmare to never end and always continue. Cold as an igloo, dealing with my trust issues through vigilance. Active Moors are militants, SPLC dirty Moors call that sovereign citizen. Lying for views, they notice all the MCQs. Benz need gas and fixing, but not enough dues. Pigpen Bays sell you out for peanuts, claiming that we nuts for teaching birthright street level, keeping it beat nuts.
To any members of the MFTA that's out there listening to what I'm saying, please get it through your head. I don't have a problem with the MFTA. I got issues with
Kendrick Lamar, stay surrounded by feathers. Dirt is guilty of fraud if dually scrutinize their ledgers. Getting proclamations from Morocco, disrespect us. Corporate city only recognize people's court jesters. Hand in their back, Moorish puppets and minions. Never get the human rights recognition like Moors near Virginia. Commonwealth, for active Moors knowledge, the Commonwealth. Dirties claim more, but really on the straw man help. Authenticating a birth certificate, that's not significant. Still a little more two status syndicates. In more face, watch them two more status Indians claiming Turtle Island are lying so intricate.
long days and long nights. But this message needed to be heard.
Come on in, brother. Come on in, brother. Bless. Have a seat, brother. Have a seat. Ah, yes. Come on in, brother. Welcome. Bless. Have a seat right there. Hey. Brother, bless. Have a seat, bro. Welcome. Bless. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. You guys ready to make some money?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Ready to make some money?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to work. All right, man. You get your birth certificates, man. You get a bunch of money from that, man. I'm saying you get your bonds, tons of money, man. I'm saying you want to get flexible, you want to be good, man. You want to be flossing, get your fur coats on, right? You got this over here, right here. Just ignore all that right there. You know, over here, right here. This is what it's all about, man. It's all about the dollar signs. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the dollar signs. At the end of the day, it's all about the money.
So, SGK, how soon can I get my money after we do this?
I have 10 grandchildren now. I need lots of money.
Hey, since this is so foolproof, can I get an advance? I got some stuff to take care of. I need the money.
Hold up.
you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. 2 weeks going on 3, I gave him a G. Said with these papers I could be sovereign and free like Popes and King Henry. Sipping on Henny and pigs' faces, no matter the places. Travel rights, days and nights, cash in bonds on birth certs. Didn't tell me that birth is ERTH, bottom read benefits of instruments.
It's all about the money. Trust me, you go with this and you'll get the money. If you don't believe me, ask my student right here.
Pissed off will break his wrist off. Dirty Moors got me wanna cut lips off and teeth chipped off. Dirty thief using me to go through windows. Probably took my Fiat and bought Indo and Kush. Off the roof I would put
SGK.
Yes, sir.
Justice, no law.
How come no withdrawal is not on the board?
No reply from emails. He stopped tweeting, but he's giving details on trust and executive status. Dialing the number, got my fingers callous. Dirty more packets selling cheaters. Rob you with no conscience, cognizant, not sleepers. And well aware, that's more the local. Plus they changed the corporate name and logo.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
They still on the Fiat hustle and the bustle. Got cats in the bag like ruffles, airtight. Use fair fright, martial law hype.
I'll give you.
Not even get wise with the quickness, ability, quickly nimble, won't stumble or tremble. Finding out I got played like cymbals. Dirty more selling you your own Morris symbols and crystals. No different than trees and reeds and toes missile. True Ali said study, study, study. So you don't get enslaved or played by your own buddy. Giving money to a gold digging dummy. State hopping dirty moors, rob you out your dirty drawers. Souls perfect in fools' bodies. Setting up a PayPal solid. Those types don't even know what's coming. Cause when I see them, it's expose time, no running. No gun and I was told get wise. Dirty people giving weasel evil eyes. Picking up the cell to call. I get nervous cause I know what's up after I heard this.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
You got this up.
All this is yours? This is all yours?
For sure. What else is it?
Keep going. Jeez. You got me some of that right now, man. Yo, SGK, hook me up.
Bro, I got all this. First day. Just saying. Not the first day today, but the next day.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Case Cemetery, February the 4th day, son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes it a little lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt-Bay, ripping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. And over I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it. So the snake's still showing up, stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death, given slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis.
Astral plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Moorish-American, key man or oracle. Using trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts like a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brainwaves. Squash my heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis. Niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. They are feminists. Stomped on by elephants. Won't like go prejudice but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers. Return to blessedness. No pestilence. Ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance. Never to forget again. Use energy right. Not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no veiled shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions. Too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence. Burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars. It might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
You know, it's just a continued effort to get the people the truth about their nationality and their birthrights. That's all it's about. Getting the people the truth about their nationality and birthrights. Anything else happens other than that, anything that people are doing other than that, don't compare me to them. Don't look at me as the same as them. Don't relate me in any way to anybody out there calling themselves Moors. And because they say Canaanland, that means they're down with us. Because you see Canaanland mentioned, you think they're down with us. We said it's infestation right now. Remember, just like everything, there's a way to deal with the infestation. We're not trying to contain anything. But this is just all part of the record because we need the record. That it was put on the record. That there's something wrong with certain people calling themselves Moors. There's certain ones that I'm like, okay, yeah, these ones I could get with what that Moor saying. And there's other ones that I'm like, how are you saying you're a Moor? You don't talk like the people who I know who are Moors. So I'm really questioning what your agenda is, because obviously there's an agenda, because you're not riding with the ones who are doing this for getting people the truth about their nationality and birthrights. Let's take advantage of incompetent people time right now. They'll be trying every weak mind. That's what's going on right now. Drew Ali told you. Still playing around. Drew Ali told you. And you're still playing around. Well, yeah, we might as well also, before we even go into that, we might as well also bring up another murder again. And when you check all the articles, black man. That's all. It is the most amazing hex that these people ever pulled on a group of people. Because like Joali said, everybody suffered slavery. How come we're the ones that don't want to get out of it? Like, what do these people have on us to have us in this position? As a people, as a whole, how did they really let this hex hold on so long? And then you get caught up, start talking about Illuminati and all this stuff like that. Well, no, it's your own. It's your own who was in cahoots with the guys who you're fighting, getting shot up in the street by. But you're not looking at your own who's standing behind those people who you're claiming are the enemy. It's your own. Because everybody knows dude has mental problems or whatever. And nobody said, grab him by the neck and bring him in the house, or bring him to the car, or whatever like that. Or is all this stuff a game? Because the one guy who was on camera, right after they murdered him, one guy who was on camera said that that's the highwayman who's always been bothering people around here. Said that's him. And highwayman was running out of there. Now, how's the highwayman running out of there? Nobody said, let me grab this guy. Where's he running to? Their cars were that way. Where's he going? So we'll see if they find the guy who murdered the guy in the street, or if they're just going to bring up any highwayman and say this guy did it. But it always happens to those who don't want to learn. Because Drew Ali said, you're going to learn. You're hard-headed and stiff-necked, but you're going to learn at a point of a sword, and you didn't learn. So now you learn from bullets. See if you learn now. Because remember, at this point, this is a repetitive theme at this point. This is not, you know what I mean? Somebody murdered by the police. That's not what this is at this point. At this point, this is a thing that these people do. This is modus operandi for them. Just conveniently, the crazy lunatic highwayman is on the same street as the crazy guy on the block who has a mental problem, and he just happened to have a knife outside. Like, the stuff is too perfect. I don't know what's going on, but this stuff is too perfect. How is this lunatic highwayman that somebody in the crowd pointed out and said, hey, that's the same highwayman. That's him. So obviously there's previous stuff that's been happening with this highwayman. He, in cahoots with some other highwaymen, murder somebody. And then the people there, they're just there. Let them try that in some Chinese community. Let them try that in any community. They wouldn't dare. Because of nationality. And then the remedy arrived in what Noble Drew Ali brought. And people have taken this now and have made this into some type of scheme. And this is about the people getting back to their nationality and their birthrights as Moors. Not for debate. And we don't debate anybody who's not our equals anyway. Anyone opposite of those teachings is a fraud. We already know that. But there's ones on this side that are a fraud as well.
And their fraud is more detrimental than the fraud of the Negro, Black, whoever, because they're fraud exercising fraud. That means nothing. But these are supposed to be Moorish nationals. These are supposed to be people who are representative of a nation. But the stuff that they're doing is not what I see other nations doing. Matter of fact, I wouldn't see somebody in another nation even attempt treason. They're not even attempting it. Some with our people. Treason and misrepresentation and all that, oh, that's a beautiful thing with us. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in as a people. So the Moorish Defense League is bringing these things to light as usual, but this is where it's at, because people don't study. We already know people don't study. We already know people, all they want to do is read stuff that wasn't picked up by them. They want to have their own library. They want to listen to this guy, and then he's going to tell them stuff, and then they're going to get all excited, and then they're not going to go get one book. They're going to pretend as if they're doing something. Now, when we say that, when we say Moorish Defense League, right, this is something we've been doing. I've been divine minister. I don't put it out there like that, but that's a real thing. That's the level of Pope or whatever. Divine minister. Divine minister is not some more science temple, whatever. You say Moorish Defense League, don't think this is some stuff, just making up some stuff. It's always been in existence. It's just certain things now are going to be dealt with. Because when we get these ones, and it's when we get these ones and it's with malicious intent that our people who are supposed to be about this information or whatever take advantage of people who don't have any knowledge. Before I read this thing, you got anything, Brother Yusuf? I don't know if you're hearing me, but you're muted. Yeah.
You had asked me a question, Grand Sheik. I'm sorry, I was messing with Lil Yusuf.
Oh, it's all good. No, I was just asking if you had anything to add on before I read this email or this DM.
Yeah, I wanted to add on because I had wrote down something you had said. Because it's, okay, here I go, right here. You said it was a repetitive theme, right? And when the word repetitive, as soon as you said it, it reminded me of I forgot what lecture it was of someone where they would say repetitive or repetition is a form of hypnosis. right? So what I ended up doing, I had to go run back downstairs and get it. So I looked in Black's Law Dictionary at the word hypnotism. And what, of course, didn't give me where is it?
And while you're looking for that, we want you to be aware that there's only one punishment for treason.
Oh, where did it go?
Right? There's no exceptions when it comes to treason. Now the problem with the Moors is that they have us in such a destabilized position that, you know, we can't go get people. We can't issue a warrant and go get people.
That's what it was.
Right? We're not able to do that. So the best we can do is put it out there. And it's the right perspective so that people know exactly what it is that was presented to them.
Okay, there we go. This thing is.
Oh, you got it?
Okay. It was the word repetitive. That's what led this whole thing. Okay. So, and it reminded me of the lecture with hypnosis. So I went to go look up hypnotism in Black's Law Dictionary. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to lose this page. So it deals with being under, like basically under sleep and being controlled by an operator, right? So I was like, okay, well, let me look up the word repetitive or repetition, back to what the Grand Sheik was saying. And as I looked it up, I'm looking up the word repetition, and then I'm like, okay, it says something with civil law. So I was just about to leave it alone. And then right underneath it, Latin word, repetum namium, Black's Law Dictionary, page 1463, right? It said a repeated second or reciprocal distress. And then it gives a court case. And I asked myself, I said, well, what is reciprocal distress? Goes this all off of the word that Grand Sheik said. This is a repetitive theme. Went straight to law, right? Repetum namium, page 1463. A repeated second or reciprocal distress. Then I went straight on Google, typed in reciprocal distress. It's a chronic mental illness with high levels of psychological, social, and health burdens. Made me go, I was like, that's exactly what they're suffering from. Reciprocal distress, a chronic mental illness with high levels of psychological, social, and health burdens. All off of the repetitive theme, which is law, because it goes right to repetition. But repetum is Latin. Repetum namium, a repeated second or reciprocal distress. So they were repeatedly going through, you know what I'm saying? Psychological, social, and health burdens.
Yeah.
They keep doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, a repetitive theme. How long they been going marching and picking and it's a reciprocal distress.
Yeah.
I had to add that in. I said this is going to lead to somewhere. It being a repetitive theme. Like I know this is a law term. Like they know that this is going on. So as soon as I think that, I'm like, it's in the law book somewhere. because they're gonna define that, and they're gonna like, yeah, we know that you guys are suffering from a disorder,
mental disorder,
that's
psychological disorder. That's why the scriptures tell you, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Even though law is going to tell you ignorance is no excuse, people are going to ride with, oh, you want your knee and all that stuff. Right? So to be in a position where you're constantly taking advantage of the people, right? Because remember, this is something that's across the board in the Moorish paradigm. In every facet, there's some fraudulent idea of what this is. When there's only one truth. There's all these different truths. There's only one truth. And when truth has a price tag on it, you have to start recognizing that there's fraud going on. When rights have price tags on it, as soon as you see rights have a price tag, as soon as rights turn into being on some list made by some Europeans so they don't bother you because you're a Moor now and all that, people are playing games with you. And they've been playing games. It's not something new. They've been playing games. And they've mastered it. They know exactly what they are doing. Like Noble Juali. If there are children, you must see to their support. Follow this divine principle. For if you don't restrict to this divine principle, then you are not a true Moor. And the heads are not to charge for membership or to overcharge for cards, buttons, or for anything issued by the Prophet. Those who contribute to either of the preceding are not Moors, but robbers. You need more than that? If they're not taking care of their children, if they're not restricting to the divine principle of taking care of your children, if they are claiming to be some Moorish leader, grand sheik, grand this, grand that, and they're telling you 5,000, 3,000, 8,000, 1,500 for an hour, as soon as you hear them start talking like that, know that you need to stop for a second, because these people don't have any remorse. They'll take your last finance and make you have to sleep in the car. That's where they're at with their version of what being a Moor is and proclaiming their nationality is. That's what you're supporting. That's what you're putting yourself under by when you go join with these people who are telling you 5,000 and $50 every 5 minutes for a consultation. And then you're going and paying. And then when the stuff doesn't work, you're not mad. You're not going with the scimitar dragging on the ground about to behead some people. You're just playing around like everything's cool. Like you really playing around like everything's cool. Stuff it's not cool what people are doing. Because trust me, when we added it up, the 75 grand that these people over the years took from people who just think that they could buy their rights, think that they buy this card and this card is going to be for their salvation because it has the barcode on the back and that's going to be how they swipe it and know that there are more and all this madness. You know, people could put their own stuff on that stripe stuff.
Yeah.
You know that? Like, do you know that you didn't even ask them, let me see what's pulling up on the swipe thing before I say, let me buy that card with the barcode on it? Who knows what that says when they swipe it? Who knows? Juali laid it all down and told these Moors, told them, but traitors must be excluded from the books after having fair trial by the head of their temple, and that must be sent into the grand body. And all members that are able to subscribe toward the uplifting fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation, and those that are able and fail to act are not Moors but traitors to their cause and trust and their nation, and are not allowed to share in the Moorish honors. Them going out here parading around as Moors but selling people packages, that's them sharing in Moorish honors, because they're not supposed to be parading around like they did something. They're a package seller. They're not about nationality and birthrights. They're about selling you a package. And the package is not going to do anything for you. It's going to put you in a worse situation than you were if you would have just went to rvbaypublications.com and studied and stopped trying to fix your life in one swing. Doesn't work like that, especially when you get on this side, start talking about you're a Moor and all this. You think some paper is going to save you? Better check yourself. The paper is not going to save you that you bought from some guy. You buying papers to be free. You're going to be sorry for not listening to what Juali told you. You're going to be sorry. And you're not going to have anybody to blame but yourself. Because you put yourself in that. Right?
Islam Grand Sheik.
Yeah, more.
Can you read that part again about what the prophet said with the traitor?
But traitors must be excluded from the books after having fair trial by the head of their temple, and that must be sent into the grand body. And all members that are able to subscribe toward the uplifting fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. And those that are able and fail to act are not Moors, but traitors to the cause and trust and their nation, and are not allowed to share in all the Moorish honors.
Islam. Because I just want to go over that word traitor, because you know they love to say that the prophet didn't teach civics.
Mm-hmm. And
Black's Law
Dictionary.
Right. Black's Law Dictionary, page 1668. Traitor. One who, being trusted, betrays. One guilty of treason. Court case. Prophet is the man.
And it goes on, for those who say prophet didn't teach us civics. So after that it says, and the penalty, it is embezzlement of the faith of our creed. And then you go Black's Law Dictionary, page 614. Embezzlement, the fraudulent appropriation to his own use or benefit of property or money entrusted to him by another, by a clerk, agent, trustee, public officer, or other person acting in a fiduciary character. The fraudulent appropriation of property by a person to whom it has been entrusted or to whose hands it has been lawfully come. Embezzlement is not an offense at common law, but was created by statute. Embezzle includes in its meaning appropriation to one's own use, and therefore the use of the single word embezzle in the indictment of information contains within itself the charge that the defendant appropriated the money or property to his own use. Embezzlement is common law larceny extended to statute to cover cases where the stolen property comes originally into the possession of the defendant without a trespass. Embezzlement is a species of larceny, and the term is applicable to cases of furtive and fraudulent appropriation by clerks, servants, or carriers of property among into their possession by virtue of their employment. It is distinguished from larceny, properly so called, as being committed in respect of property which is not at the time in the actual or legal possession of the owner. That is to say that in embezzlement, the original taking of the property was lawful or with the consent of the owner, while in larceny, the felonious intent must have existed at the time of the taking. Both words, however, may be used as in a bond and generic terms to indicate the dishonest and fraudulent breach of any duty or obligation upon the part of an employee to pay over to his employer or account to him for any money, securities, or other personal property, title to which is in the employer, but which may come into possession of the employee. Under statute, declaring guilty of a felony, an officer or clerk of a state bank who embezzles, abstracts, or willfully misapplies its funds as against the bank, misapply covers acts having no relation to pecuniary profit or advantage to the doer, while abstract means only to take and withdraw from the possession and control of the bank, and while embezzlement may include the offenses of abstraction and willful misapplication, neither of those offenses may be committed without embezzlement. So if Noble Jawley's telling us all that, and that was in his time, in his time he's talking about these Moors embezzling. In his time he's talking about traders.
And package sellers.
Package sellers. In his time. So we know what he was up against. Because when we look at it from 2020, we could say everybody sold out. When you look and you say, hold on a second, how come everybody's not Moors? That because everybody sold out. That's why. And if you're not going to be, you worry about some European and what they're doing, and we don't handle our own stuff, then as Moors, we're just going to handle our own stuff. You do whatever it is that you're doing. Right? Question. I'll put this one to you, Brother Yusuf. Put this one to you. You there?
Islam.
Yeah. The question, anyone can answer. How does a publication give nationality?
Islam. Well, publication can't give your nationality. Your mother give you your nationality.
No.
That's number one. I don't even know how that even works.
Well, see, how that works is because the same traders that we're talking about are going to put out there when they talk about RV Bay publications as if RV Bay publications gives people a nationality. That's publication company. We all know that. But the traders are going to make people think that RV Bay publications does something relative to proclaiming of Moorish nationality. No, it doesn't.
No.
It's a publications company, period. That's all. Nothing else to go into. Then how come they're making cards and that's how we know. Because I go in the pocket right now, pull out a nationality card. I don't see RV Bay publications on this. So how you think RV Bay publications gave me a nationality or something like that, I don't know who you've been talking to, but whoever you've been talking to, they're probably these traders that we're talking about right now. So thank you for your question. To let us know that the trader element is right there for everybody to see. Because we know, Brother Bay, we know a trader told you that. Because if you go to RV Bay Publications and you study, there's no way that you think that they give nationality. It's not even going to cross your mind that they give nationality. The only way nationality is connected to RV Bay Publications is because of people trying to get a quick fix out of something, and they don't want to study. They don't want to study. They want a quick fix. They want a quick fix. We're not doing the quick fix. You're going to put in your work just like we put in our work to be in this Moorish paradigm 10 years and be able to say, yeah, you know what I mean? You know, say I had locks since 99. I already went through all the stuff people hate you because you're growing your beard and all that stuff. Eh?
And the question is colored, like Brother Abdullah would say.
Right, and the question's only colored because we know that we know for a fact that a trader is who you talk to.
Yep.
And the trader put in your mind that RV Bay Publications sells nationality to make it feel like it's all right for all these other traders who are doing it, including us. So why don't you come to us and get our stuff instead of going to them? When the fact of the matter is RV Bay Publications is a publications. How come people's eyes go to cards and paperwork that none of that stuff says RVB Publications on it or in it. They're going to go to that, but they're not going to go to the 5 pages of different books that you could buy off the website.
No, because they came in it to get out of something they got in. So they think those IDs is going to save their life. That's the problem. Me and the Grand Sheik was talking about it the other day. How you need to, like y'all been saying years ago, don't just go in there and get the IDs. You're supposed to stay on there for 3 to 5 years. And then
Right.
once you did all of that, you go on Canaanland Moorish, you do all the basic classes. Then once you
So this is what we're talking about, right? So the next part of it was, I know someone who went there when they were looking for nationality, right? So it's put in people's minds that to be a Moor, you have to, and then there's supposed to be some type of package or whatever like that, right? But whoever's telling people that, that's misrepresentation, which you can't do that either. You can't misrepresent. Page 1152, Black's Law Dictionary. This is how we know these people are committing fraud when they say things like that. That we know that's how people look at the website. It ain't that you're bringing smoke. It's, we know that people really look at it like that. That's not just some stuff you got to question. That's a hypnosis. Or you want your nationality, go to rvbpublications.com. That's a hypnosis. That's not a reality. That's misrepresentation. Page 1152, misrepresentation. Any manifestation by words or other conduct by one person to another that under the circumstances amounts to an assertion not in accordance with the facts. An untrue statement of fact. An incorrect or false representation. That which, if accepted, leads the mind to an apprehension of a condition other and different from that which exists.
Yo, that's metaphysical. That's not just, come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on.
That's why they think, see? Exactly. Yo, if you think it's about cards and paper, if you just thought it was just about some cards and some papers, that right there leads the mind to an apprehension of a condition other and different from that which exists. Yo, that's crazy, man.
Right?
I can't believe that's in there like that.
Yo. So you can't misrepresent. As soon as you misrepresent, that's an incorrect or false representation.
Yo, that's all of these so-called Aboriginal indigenous platforms, Indian platforms. That's all misrepresentation. Yep. All of them. All of these Negro, Black, and colored platforms, all of this. Misrepresentation. Misrepresentation. All of that stuff. Package selling, nationality package selling, card chasing. I need all of that. Misrepresent. Look at this, man. They summed it all up in that.
Yo, summed it all up. Colloquially, it is understood to mean a statement made to deceive or mislead.
Court case. Look at that.
In a limited sense, an intentional false statement respecting a matter of fact made by one of the parties to a contract which is material to the contract and influential in producing it. A misrepresentation which justifies the rescission of a contract is a false statement of a substantive fact or any conduct which leads to a brief of a substantive fact material to proper understanding of the matter in hand, made with intent to deceive or mislead. Misrepresentation, such as will amount to false pretense, is not confined to mere oral misstatements of fact, but includes distribution of printed matter or a course of conduct manifestly intended to deceive as to the conditions actually existing.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, this sound like one of the metaphysical dictionary.
Yo, crazy. Right? So recognize what's going on. Right? Just recognize it. Because you're not gonna do anything about it. Because the element's gonna be there. It's been around since Noble Drew Ali's time. But people seem to be very gullible right now at this time.
Are they talking about energy? When they said printed matter, are they talking about energy?
I think they're talking about, like, okay, for example, misrepresentation, right? For example, misrepresentation. Perfect example. Cease and desist demand. It has come to the attention of the creator of certain logos licensed to the Moorish-American temple, Canaanland, that one Camre Elbe has engaged in defaming the entities associated with that logo. Moors are not and do not support or subscribe to those aligned with the Bar Association. The Bar Association has grounds to pursue charges against Morehouse Law as they are purporting to be lawyers as opposed to counsel. The Moorish law logo being used without permission is no way associated with Morehouse Law. Morehouse Law is setting itself up for yet another copyright infringement in that they are using the name of an already established institution, namely Morehouse College, which does have a school of law. Trademark copyright law forbids the use of entity names that can reasonably or construed as being associated with a similar name. More well-known entity, i.e. riding coattails. The Moorish law logo being used without permission is in no way associated with Morehouse Law. This is the second time in as many years the Moorish-American temple has been forced to deal with Yabba Dabba the rapper, aka Camre Elbe, in many years for the same reason. In 2015, the individual in question was using the logo of Khalifa Media without permission for personal gain. The logo in question for the immediate issue is being used by legitimate temples and auxiliaries, and this individual's uses of the said logo risks jeopardizing these sincere efforts, which is obviously a shallow understanding of copyright law, trademark law, and statutory law in general. Islam, or you had something?
No, I'm just you're right on cue with misrepresentation.
Well, yeah. Right.
Because if accepted, leads the mind to an apprehension of a condition other and different from that which exists by him definitely by taking the Khalifa media sign just now. Like, that was crazy.
Yep. Taking something that's not theirs, using it as if it's theirs. That's misrepresentation.
Yep.
But people are going to go give them $5,000. Them saying, we are United States of America Republic for the Moors. And some people already call the United States of America Republic. These people are fraud. That's misrepresentation.
Yep.
That is blatant misrepresentation. Failure of the operators of Morehouse Law immediately cease and desist the use of all logos acquired through their association with the Moor Science Temple Canaanland, Khalifa Media, Khalifa Canaan Law, their affiliates and subsidiaries will result in our being forced to take further action to resolve this situation, including but not limited to reporting of Morehouse Law to the other entities from whom they are usurping intellectual and or copyright property, and filing a complaint with the server currently hosting the website for MHL. Allah will serve as witnesses between us, and justice must catch the insincere. Most cordially, Sister T. Naji Ula L., Moor Science Temple Khalifa, Khalifa Canaan Law. When they're on their site and they're saying we're Grand Sheik and we went to Moor Science Temple of America Law School in 2006.
Misrepresentation.
That's misrepresentation. There's definitely no such thing as Moor Science Temple of America out here in 2006. I guarantee you that. Because nobody was saying Moor Science Temple of America out here before us. No one. No one. And our date is 2008. So trust me, they weren't here 2006. Misrepresentation. Misrepresentation, such as will amount to false pretense, is not confined to mere oral mistreatments of fact, but includes distribution of printed matter or a course of conduct manifestly intended to deceive as to the conditions actually existing. False or fraudulent misrepresentation is a misrepresentation contrary to the fact, made by a person with a knowledge of its falsehood and being the cause of the other parties entering into the contract. Negligent misrepresentation is a false representation made by a person who has no reasonable grounds for believing it to be true, though he does not know what it is, though he does not know that it is untrue or even believes it to be true. Innocent misrepresentation.
That's every package seller. That's every package seller. Negligent
misrepresentation. Negligent misrepresentation.
That's every package seller. Every package seller is doing exactly that. A representation made by a person who has no reasonable grounds for believing it to be true. They know that those packages they're making are not true. You know, that's why some of them put disclaimers, put 4 or 5 page disclaimers up on their websites before you go on, before you start going on it, because they know they can get in trouble for doing all this misrepresentation. But I don't know what's wrong with these other dirty Moors. They the greed and lower self are so strong that they don't even care. They just all misrepresentation.
That's the part. That's the part that you know, hits home. That really and truly, they just don't care.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Really and truly, they just don't care. Which is why, again, Drew Ali told us principles and all that stuff so that we don't get crazy or go crazy because we can't solve this problem, which is easy to solve. We just check some people and problem solved because it's treason. What is in the package that makes it false? Now, this is part of what we're talking about, right? If they're misrepresenting, it doesn't even matter what's in the package. They're using a logo that's not their logo. What do you mean what's in the package? We don't care about what's in their package. These people are a fraud. Right there. It ain't about the package. It's about their misrepresentation.
Right. Saying that they're graduates of the Moorish Science Temple of America Law School in 2006.
When there's no such thing. There was never such a thing as a Moorish Science Temple of America Law School in 2006. There's nothing called that.
We don't even, like you said, we don't even have to get into the package. Just already in their presentation, their misrepresentation is off the chain right now. Like they're going hard with the misrepresentation.
And people's mindset is that you get nationality through some paper. You get nationality because you got some card that you got from some guy who's selling cards.
Selling divorce services by experienced divorce lawyers from a Moore law school, a Moore law firm or whatever, Moorish law firm has experienced divorce lawyers. That's misrepresentation.
Keep going more. I have to take this.
Like I'm glad the Grand Sheik gave me this website for the Moore's House Law out there where he's at. This is crazy. And he's been going through this for years of this guy going through misrepresentation, robbing the people. $5,000. People paying $5,000 for sign up to mortgage gone. What do you mean? You that's selling, back to selling packages, traders again, selling make-believe packages, because it's already make-believe off of the fact that you're lying about your misrepresentation that you graduated from some Moore law school in 2006. And again, the debt consolidation, they have so many things that you can just, it's the same thing. This is just another website like yesterday. As soon as you click on it, they got all different types of things just to buy. Packages. Like all of this is not anything the Prophet was teaching to selling packages. And the only reason why they're getting away with it is because of the incompetence of the people who's doing it, who's looking for a get out of something, who's looking for a benefit, who's looking for, oh, I can get this finance so I can go on, do what? I always question the Grand Sheik, like when they get all of this finance that they all want, what are they gonna go do with it? Like, are we doing, what are we doing when we get all of this finance? Because people are getting passports to go where? On vacation? Like, you're not going out to go start trade back here in the Moroccan Empire. You're just going on vacation, going to another restaurant to go out and eat. Like that's why I want to be a Moor, because now you can sit. Like I don't get that. I don't get, because that's what all these package sellers are doing. They're just taking the people's finance under the guise of uplifting fallen humanity, which is another treasonous act, misrepresentation, because that's what the whole guise is. Oh, we're helping the people do this. We're helping the people. They're not helping people do anything. These people are sleeping in their conveyances now. People sleeping in their conveyances because of all of this misrepresentation and package selling that people are doing on their .coms, saying it on their YouTube channels or whatever. That's why I'm glad the Grand Sheet going through this and saying all of these charges in law dictionaries to prove like it's not just over when these people just misrepresent what they're doing and just rob you for your notes, and when you want a refund, they're sending you LOL text messages. Don't charge these people. Charge them, because they think you sleeping in your conveyance is funny. You know, complaining that you're texting them 5 o'clock in the morning for a refund when it shouldn't even matter. They're sleeping in their conveyance. They should be going crazy right now, man. How you lose your place of living because of some dirty Moor who scammed you? And that's why I was saying again yesterday, we got to really start cleaning up that mess first. Like that has to get cleaned up before we even go out here and these Europeans needed this when our own is here destroying the nation, destroying it. That has nothing to in that was a Moabitess that was done to. Straight just destroyed the nation, because our nation comes through the Moabitess. You know, and like I was telling the Grand Sheik, like if my family was to get, like if my sister went through that, like I would have never known I was a Moor, because she was the one that told me I was a Moor. Now say she ran into those package sellers and she's living in her conveyance. My whole consanguinity would have looked at that like, oh, this is crazy. We would have never let that go, ever. And we would have never participated in any more anything. You think her family's not doing that? Looking at this like, oh, once you do that more stuff, you're going to be homeless. That's what they're saying. They're not seeing that it was a dirty Moor who did this. They're seeing their sister, cousin, whoever, sleeping in the conveyance because of some Moorish stuff. And that's the craziness that's going on right now. The treasonous, the misrepresentation, the traitors, all of that. The criminal, the crime say Malay, the human trafficking, all of these charges. You there yet, Grand Sheik? All right, keep going. If anybody can go on that Moore's House law thing, or the I Self Law and Master thing, or even your boy, what's his name? Danny, I forgot Dan Calloway. All of that misrepresentation. Any of those so-called Aboriginal platforms, they're misleading. We all know that this is Moroccan Empire. What are they playing these games for? Like I've been saying to the Grand Sheik over and over again, they're not even getting, because nobody's getting paid. So everybody's selling out for what? Viewers and subscribers now. The nation has to fall because people want to have subscribers.
You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
Grand Sheik?
Yeah, I'm back here. I seen people in there talking about IPO and all this. Like that He knows, you know, Kudro's IPO. You don't got no IPO. I don't know what you're talking about. It might be those dirty Moors you looked up, thinking that they're more Science Temple of America us when they're misrepresentation. All the way, it's misrepresentation, right? I was told you are from MSTA in Kanata. Is Camry Bay paperwork legitimate? That is my source. I need to know if I'm on the correct path. I paid my $3,000. I would have hoped that this is leading me on the right path. What about the ID cards and the travel documents? Same stuff that we're talking about. How are you talking about ID cards and travel documents when we just told you that we had court for these people? They're found guilty of being package sellers, but then you're not going with that. You're asking me about their IDs and all this. And then they're going to be mad. And then on top of that, they're going to be mad because we are calling these people out. You can't be mad and then you're not going to challenge them. You're trying to make the finance that you're trying to make the finance that you spent be the reason to keep trying to find out stuff. No, they're a fraud. I don't care how much you spent. They're a fraud.
See, I heard before I got cut off. I heard you mention IPO. Can you please explain that to me? People mention IPO in the chat. I don't even know what that is.
Yo, yeah, they're talking about. They said Kudro has an IPO. I don't know how they figured that out. You know, like the stock market, whatever.
Like have stocks and bonds?
Yeah, like we're like you know we're on the stock exchange.
Like as chattel? Like I don't understand what they're saying. Like what do you mean? Like
remember?
Are we? They saying we're doing business or something like that?
I guess they're saying we're doing business or we are a business or something like that.
You see, I'm confused. I don't even know what an IPO is. I thought there was something. I thought it was some ADOS, something new. ADOS new thing. You see what I'm saying? Traders. What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm thinking, they got some new Black Lives Matter crap. Here we go again.
Oh, here he goes. IPO is Indigenous Peoples Number. How's that IPO? IP. You said O. Like, where's the O come from? You said IPO, and you're telling me Indigenous People, but you show a number sign, which would be N. So what do you mean IPO? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Wow.
You don't even know what you're talking about. Calling IPOs IPNs and
see? That's misrepresentation.
Right there. Law term. Law term. Because that's what they do. Misrepresent what this is about, what Noble Juali is about, what nationality cards about what people are doing that are doing for the movement, all that. Right? So if an IPO is going to be an IPON, not going to be an IPO, still it's not going to be an IPO if it's an Indigenous People Organization number. Because why would Indigenous people have an organization number? Unless they have an organization for Indigenous people, which what's the issue? Indigenous people have an organization number. We don't have one. And if we did have one, what's the problem? What's the issue? It's not a people having a number. It's not the people having the number. It's the organization having a number. That's what we're talking about. Ones with turbans and fezzes, your own. And then they're going to talk about United Nations. When United Nations is the League of Nations is really what the real deal is. United Nations are the sellouts. The Green Berets who go around raping children or whatever. Right? Oh, well, since it's like that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's up. Because we know the trolls never push the button. Just push the button. Stop talking in the chat. Push the button. Because today is about misrepresentation, and you've been misrepresenting the whole time. Misrepresenting with your questions, misrepresenting with your comments. So now you could push the button.
I told you earlier, Grand Sheik, they scared to press the red button.
Push the button. Push the button. You don't even have to go on camera. Just push the button. Because I want to know what you know. Because now you're asking, so Canaanland is fraudulent. Like you didn't tell the slaves Canaan was fraudulent when they were singing going to Canaan. When the slaves were singing going to Canaan, how come you didn't call them fraudulent?
I told you
How come?
they go to opinion.
How come? How come the people who say Canaan over there, you're not going at them, telling them that they're not Canaan? How come you're not going at them?
Saying Canaan is fraud.
But then they were not going to push the button. And then again, like we say, right? Like we say, we know where we're at. Where other people are at, we're not talking for where other people are at. We're talking for where we're at. Islam.
Peace, more. No, I'm just asking questions. Like I said, if you see me in the chat, I'm not there to disrupt. I'm asking questions right along with your chat. There's been somebody that went to RV Bay Publications when you brought that up. I know them personally. They fucked them. So you bigging them up, like saying it's some cool.
What does that mean? What does that mean, though, that they fuck? Like, what does that?
What you mean? Okay, so you saying they don't sell paperwork?
No, like what you said that RV Bay Publications fucked somebody who you know personally. What I'm saying is, what is fucked? Like, fucked is broad. So when you say fucked, what did they do? That's what I want to know.
All right, so meaning that they didn't give them their nationality, and then meaning that they selling packages, right? They selling packages, right? You do know that, right?
How are they selling?
No matter what they sell it for, if it's $30, $10, they selling a package, right?
How are they selling? How are they selling packages?
I'm saying, answer that question. Are they selling packages if they put any price on it for ink, anything? They're selling packages, right?
No, but they're not selling packages. What do you mean? They got books up there. How are they selling packages?
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone because I ain't got nothing to do with RV Bay Publications. That's a publication. I know they don't do shit. But let me go back to the other question.
Where you get your nationality from?
Same place you got yours from.
What do you mean?
Who brought you in?
What do you mean? Who brought me in?
Who brought you in?
Well, I'm asking you. Where you said?
No, I'm asking you. Who brought you into the movement?
No, like the Grand Sheik asked you a quick question.
I know, because we already had this conversation, young man. Hold on, just calm your nerves. Don't speak for your Grand Sheik. He's a grown man. He speak for himself. Who brought you in to this Moorish movement, Cujo?
Dawid Ali El and Aki Bey in Chicago.
Okay. So who helped you get your nationality done?
Who helped me get my
Answer the question,
who
Hold
helped
on, bro. You ain't go on folks' business again. Calm down.
who helped me get my nationality done?
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is covered.
You repeated it plenty of times on your podcast, bro. I'm just trying to get you to reiterate that for the people that's in the chat.
Why are you asking me questions if you know what's up?
Right. So when I asked you about your IPO number, you acted retarded and act like you didn't know nothing.
No, but what do you mean I have an IPO?
No. Let's stick to the subject matter. I asked you about an IPO and you acted dumb. So do you have an IPO number or not?
I don't have an IPO number. What are you talking about?
Okay. So who brought you into the movement then?
I already told you who brought me into the movement.
All right. So let me hear it. Let me break it down. It seems like your guy, he can't seem to calm his nerves. Did Alim Bey bring you in?
Alim Bey put me onto this information. Alim Bey never nationalized me.
He never nationalized you?
No. Why would
So you weren't brought in by Washington?
Say that again?
So you weren't brought in by Washington?
I'm brought in by Washington because of Alim Bey. We were bringing Alim Bey down here for lectures.
Okay, so did he bring you in though?
No, I told you, Aki Bey.
Okay. So you have no clue what an IPO number is?
What does the IPO number have to do with anything? I don't claim to be Washita. I claim to be more. I don't claim to be Washita.
Okay.
Find me where I claim to be Washita.
No. That's fine. You answered the question for me. You don't claim to be Washita.
All right.
That's my mistake. That's my mistake for misunderstanding something by what I heard in some of your past lectures. That's my mistake. I'm just gonna take that because I don't have the time to go back and look at your tapes.
What and this is what we're talking about. That
right. Well, I understand.
No,
I can admit mine, but everything that I typed in there, you know what I'm saying, that's pretty factual. They sell paperwork.
No, that's not factual. That's misrepresentation.
Okay. You're right. Okay. But anyway, hey, that's all I had to do because I ain't scared of nothing. I came on here, you said press the button, I pressed the button.
Hold on a second. So
no, go ahead. Ask me anything. It don't matter. Ask me anything.
Didn't you pay for the paperwork that you got from Washington?
Did I pay for who?
The paperwork that you got from Washington, because you're Washington, right?
Yeah.
That's who brought you in, right?
Yeah.
All right. Didn't you pay for that?
I paid for ink. I paid for paper. Yeah, I paid for a card. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so that means Washington sells packages then, right?
So that means what? I didn't hear you.
That means Washington sells packages.
Well, however you want to say it.
What do you mean, however I want to say it? You're just coming on here accusing RV Bay Publications of selling packages when they don't sell packages. And then you're telling me now that you have paperwork from Washington that you paid for, but you're not saying that your people are selling packages, but you're saying RV Bay selling packages when they don't have nothing to do with nationality stuff? Who you
damn, hold on. How did you put some words in my mouth when I already said what you asked me to say? I already do that, so don't throw other words though. Come on, man. We're about the same age, man. You can't treat me like a little child because I already did that to you. You can't do that.
Hold on a second.
That's calm it all the way down. Calm your nerves. Because I seem like you like to get rowdy for no reason. Calm your nerves and let's talk like grown men.
You came on here, right?
Yeah, I did. Right?
You came on here, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And in the chat, you were insinuating that RV Bay Publications sells paperwork. You came on here and said that.
You saying they don't?
You said
they don't?
They don't.
You say they don't?
Sometimes they don't.
They don't sell nationality cards?
No, they don't.
Okay. So I want someone on this chat that's been through there and then ordered nationality cards. I'm quite sure it's a little thing when I say nationality cards. I've been on there years ago, man. Over 10 years ago.
Bro.
I know what they do on there. Bring somebody from there. Matter of fact, get Roz on here. Get Roz on here, or one of the sisters that's running it, and tell them to tell everybody what's going on.
You don't got to do it, Roz, because Canaanland Moors is on rvbaypublications.com. So you don't got to do it, Roz. Get the hell out of here. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you speaking for it then, right?
What do you mean? We're on the website. Why wouldn't I be talking for them?
I ain't seen you on the website.
I'm telling you.
I ain't never seen you on the website.
What?
When did you get on the website?
Please, stop the BS. Stop the BS, bro.
Come on, man. When did you get on there?
When did you nationalize?
When did you get on there?
When did you nationalize? When did you nationalize?
Today. But when did you get on there?
You nationalize, for real.
Today. So
Yes.
when did you get on? When did you get on the publication website?
Stop the BS. When did you nationalize?
When did you get on the publication website?
What do you mean when?
Yeah, when?
Why don't you go on the website and see? It's up there. They date all their pages.
Okay. So they updated it because you didn't be on there.
Not because you think you're going the right way with your thing that you're doing over there. And you think that because I mentioned Ali Mel Bay, that I'm riding Ali Mel Bay's dick or Washita's dick or something like that. You got it effed up, bro.
Oh, okay.
Because Alim Bay is my master teacher.
Okay.
Alim Bay is not some nigger I know from the internet. I brought Alim Bay here to do lectures. So you don't tell me nothing about Alim Bay and Washita and all that BS as if we have that type of relationship that you and him have on some you nationalized through him BS. This is about birthrights and nationality. And that's what we're trying to put everybody on, that this is not about a club because you belong to some group of IPO number people. That means you're greater than somebody else. The hell out of here.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that you was greater than nobody. Come on now. We all put our pants on and breathe the same air, brother. Come on, calm down. What I'm saying is, all right, so what tribe represents you?
Please stop the dumb stuff.
Tribe? What tribe? You have no tribe? You got no tribe? That's what you're saying?
Nothing to do with tribe. Nothing.
So who represents you then?
What do you mean who?
What Moors represent you? And where can you get remedy at?
The Moors who represent me are the Moors who put me in this seat called Grand Sheik, and I serve them. That's
so
the
you
who represents you.
So being Grand Sheik, what remedy do you have for your followers for when they get in trouble?
Why would they get in trouble?
I don't know. I'm just saying. We're just saying if they get in trouble, things happen. You know. Things
happen, and you deal with them. What do you mean? This is birthright.
Okay. You do deal with them. But what's the remedy?
This is not.
What treaties can you use?
What treaties have you used? What are you talking about?
What treaties? I asked you. Like you say, I don't get in trouble. What I'm saying, but what treaties? What treaties?
Dumb stuff.
No, these are relevant questions.
How are they relevant questions?
Maybe because they haven't arisen with some of your
why
followers.
Are you asking them then? So why are you asking them? You don't even know if something arose.
Asking you because you the Grand Sheik. You the head of the family, right?
Please.
You the head of the family, right?
Please.
Aren't you the head of the family? Aren't you the head of the family?
What family? What are you talking about? Family's a house of slaves. What are you talking about? You don't study.
Modern European either on the phone either, y'all. That's what.
I already know you don't study. I ain't taking you serious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. All right, but like I said, I did this because ain't nobody scared of you, partner. You know what I'm saying? So I came here to ask you a few questions. I asked my questions. You answered my questions. I have my remedy for what I wanted to do. And I got on here. You dig what I'm saying?
You came on here to try to pull game.
I told you I didn't come here to disrupt. I asked questions. I told you that. I was respectful. I was respectful to your chat. I was respectful to everyone in your chat. I seen your shit. I came in, I asked questions. So don't get your panties up in a bunch and think that you're finna be doing something when you're not. I asked you.
You were playing from
legit. I asked you legit questions, player. That's all I did.
Questions. All your questions were colored. Every question that you asked.
Okay. So we're gonna play that game. So all my questions are colored. Okay, you're right.
That you asked so far.
All right, we'll check. Okay, more.
Only doing you a courtesy by answering your dumbass questions.
No, you invited me. You ain't do me no courtesy. I can care less. Canaanland Mars ain't got nothing to do with me, player.
Please, come on. Why are you on here?
I can care less. But you invited me. You invited me to say someone was scared to come on your platform, and your sidekick come up. Don't nobody want to press the button. I press buttons.
You're on here.
I press buttons. I don't have no problem with pressing buttons. I press them.
This is why she goes hard at Dirty Moors. This is why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I give clean swipes too. Don't forget that.
Right here. This is why we're not going after the Europeans. We're not going after the Europeans.
Hold on. Let me get Raquel in there. Islam, Raquel.
Islam. You know what I'm saying? I came in into this movement through my mother. You know what I'm saying? My mother around me. You know what I'm saying? There, always
So
more.
no IPO, no IPO number.
I don't even know what that is, man.
Oh, okay, all right,
That is.
all right. Yeah, exactly. Nationality to the mother.
You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to learn his way. His way. You know, as far as what he's saying, he's corporate. You know what I'm saying? And then he's saying Washington Moors sells paperwork. That's what he's
Playing games, playing games.
These dudes playing games all the time, man. They don't know how serious this is.
Right.
They can't know how serious it is, obviously, because they're not studying, right? They're not
Like as if like Moors who don't have the UN number and all that haven't been exercising their birthrights.
Yeah, we know Moors that don't even have any paperwork, no cards, no nothing.
And they're exercising their birthrights.
Yep. Ben, for years. I know one specifically. Nothing. No paperwork, no IDs, no nothing. Get pulled over by highwaymen, tell him who he is, and he go home.
Like this is not some oh, I know this guy, and then because he said this, that means no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because I have my own mind. I'm not a lean bay dick rider. Like I'm not a dick rider of Taj Creek Bay. Like I have my own mind. Those are my master teachers. That's not some guys who I saw on some video and I like them and I have some fan complex about them.
Nobudrali said it best, man. Nobudrali said, all these Moors, you know, they're taking it unreal. They're taking it as a joke.
Yep.
You know? So it's like everything's funny to them, you know.
No, nothing serious.
Nobody's waking up, you know what I'm saying, need some guidance, and they put her on the road in her car. In the conveyance, you know what I'm saying? Like laughing about it. That's what these Moors do, man.
Joking about it.
Moors. These robbers do.
This is why I give thanks to Canaanland Moors for them and their platform and everything that they do. Anything.
But honors, I'm gonna yield the floor. You know,
It's not more.
Say something. You know.
Give thanks, yo. Heal up the fam.
Yeah, I don't even deserve to be on this platform.
Yo, stop it, man.
I'm trying to
stop that. Don't do that to me.
Work my way up there.
Don't do that. You see
Don't let me do it to you.
You know what
I'm saying?
Don't
let me do it to you.
Nope, not me. You know that. Nope, you ain't get that one on me. Nope.
I know you're trying.
I gotta run up into slavery still, but you
know, yeah. Do your thing, more. You already know.
I love the Moors, them. You know what I'm saying?
It's love, fam.
Bravest people I know. Bravest people I know. You know what I'm saying? I know all types. You know, but where they at now? I don't see them. I don't see nobody but Moors.
That's it. That's it.
Honest to the Prophet for you know, having that torch lit for when I was ready to receive it. And, you know, honest to the Grand Sheikh, my Grand Sheikh, Pujo, Adwa El, you know what I'm saying? Honest to all the Moors. Honest to Yusuf, you don't know. I'm out. I'm gonna watch the rest of this later.
All right, well.
Yeah.
It's love. And then he's back again in the chat.
Oh, of course.
Canaanland is fraudulent. Yes, we are. We're the biggest frauds
I know
out
you
here.
had questions.
Not
What happened to the question?
not the 3,000, not the people who are selling stuff for $3,000 and all that stuff. They're not the ones who are fraudulent. We're fraudulent. The people who are trying to save people, the people who are taking the calls of people who they've been trying for a year to try to get a hold of a temple, and nobody answered the phone, nobody returned their call except Canaanland Moors. Nobody.
Not the guy who got the Moabite sleeping in her conveyance. He's not trying to find him and strangle him. He's not trying to find that guy and like has her sleeping in her conveyance. He's not trying to find her. Him. Coming out, Slander campaign. That's all he was trying to do. Because we ain't here. And what it was is, we probably said something that struck a nerve that proves his folly. And that now is bothering him.
Yep.
Like I told the Grand Sheik, the de jure Moors, we're the El Haj scene. In the El Haj scene, when he said, "Get your hand out my pocket." We're that. We're exactly that. As soon as the Moors come in, we're the "get your hand out my pocket."
And SB, don't be looking at us talking about it's a damn shame that things are like this and include us in whatever he tried to just pull. Because we don't even have to be on here doing any of this. We don't have to be on here doing this. You think Brother Yusuf doesn't have little Yusuf to go take care of or whatever like that?
Yep.
He doesn't have to be on here. So people should be grateful. MHS doesn't have to be running. Right? MHHS doesn't have to do classes every Tuesday for the past 15 years or whatever. They're not getting paid to do that. Time out of their day studying to present information for you so you could go talk some BS in some people's chat and think you're smart.
Because my thing be...
Go ahead, more.
Because I go all the way to the bottom of it. I'm like, okay. Now because what is your point? Okay, say the IP number, I don't know, IPN, IPO, whatever. Say we do have it or whatever. So you would say yes, and his next response would be what? See, now everybody get off the platform and go do what now? Go be what? Go do what? Go listen to who? What's the next step? Okay, Canaanland Moors are fraud. So what should the people do now? Go be Indian? Black? Like he asked you, you're the Green Sheep, what's your plan? What was your whole point of the slander campaign? Your point of you never explained that. That was my thing. Like, you never even explained that. You just came in here to cause destruction. That was your whole thing. Because at the end, even when we look at your conclusion, okay, say he is right. It doesn't even mean anything. He's just here to cause destruction. That's all he's here for.
You're smoking cancer sticks, talking crazy to us. Like, what are you talking about? You have a nicotine addiction. You talking crazy? How? We know you do packs a day or whatever. And then you're talking about what tribe are we part of? What tribe are we part of? Noble Ali said we're Moorish-American. He was Cherokee. That's a tribe. How come he got everything that he got being a Moor? How come he didn't have to succumb to being Cherokee, being some tribe in order to get some? How come? We know Noble Ali's Cherokee. So if he's Cherokee, how come he didn't say Cherokee Americans and all that? Because it's a fraud, that's why. Because it's a fraud, that's why. You're telling me, oh yeah, well, it's okay for Washita to charge for ink and charge for time and charge for whatever. But RV Bay, oh no, they can't do that. They just must put out books for free and sell and don't sell anything and all that. Get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? No selling of nationality. How? How are you going to sell nationality? That's even colored. Just that concept. Right? If Moorish-American is not a nationality, why is Moorish-American under the citizenship of CM Bay when he filed his stuff in the Library of Congress, which those people are the people who say whether you're a U.S. citizen or U.S. national or U.S. whatever like that. They didn't scratch out this stuff. They put Moorish-American in the Library of Congress. So if Moorish-American is in the Library of Congress, not being refuted by the Library of Congress, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? You ain't nobody. Oh, because you heard Abdullah say, well, because he said Moorish and American, and both of them both mean Moroccan, oh, that's an oxymoron, so we're not Moorish-American. Okay. Are you dumb? You can't be a Moor in America and not be Moorish-American. Well, the ish and the... But when you look at fish, you don't take the ish off and say, oh yeah, ish, and then the ish means something like and all this stuff. You don't do that with fish. So why are you doing that with Moorish?
What tribe are you from? Can you put up tribe? Can you share that on online etymology?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, we could definitely do that. Why not? You're playing dumb. You want to be a tribe so much because Washita is a tribe and Washita is the best thing that ever happened for all our people. So we got to say we're Washita. No, we don't. We got to say we're Moors. Stop the dumb stuff. What are you talking about? IPO number. IPO number. Like what have you even done with the IPO number? Probably nothing. Talking crazy. You've probably done nothing with that number. You probably haven't even sent a writ out to anybody. But you're in our chat talking crazy. Tribe. Noun. One of the 12 divisions of the ancient Hebrews, which is the zodiac. So I know you're talking about. If you have a tribe, I'm from Taurus Gemini tribe. That's my tribe. Telling me about some Choctaw or whatever. It's a tribe. You're tripping.
Right. And that's Moorish science. And so and that's our Moorish science. But when they say it in there, they're talking about religion.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to religion. So that's dogma. That's not real. That's dogma.
Right? From Old French, tribu, or directly from Latin, tribus, one of the 3 political ethnic divisions of the original Roman state.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're a tribe?
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Later, one of the 30 political divisions instituted by Severus Tullius, tribe of unknown origin, perhaps from tri, 3, plus bir, root of the word be, tribe. Others connect the word with pi root treb, a dwelling, see tavern. In the biblical sense, which was the original one in English, the Latin word translate Greek phile, race or tribe of men, body of men united by ties of blood and descent, a clan, extension to modern ethnic groups or races of people from the 1590s, specifically a division of a barbarous race of people, usually distinguishable in some way from their congeners, united into a community under a recognized head or chief.
A barbarous people. And that came in 1596. It was used as the English. 1596. I thought they were the ancient people. It's not even, and tribe is not even a Washita word. Like it's Latin. It's not even.
A Moorish Latin word is what you're using to identify yourself, but you're not Moors, you're a tribe? Really? That's your logic? That's not logic. That's incompetence.
And it's still slander. It said the barbarous people under a community and all of that. They still slander. You want to be known as the barbarous people?
Talking crazy. Tell me how much times you brought Aleem to lecture. How much time do you bring him to lecture where you're at? How much times? How many people did you put onto his book? Tell me that. Tell me. I really want to know. Show me your autograph book. Show me your autograph book. Yeah. And this was it. How about I bring Aleem Bey on here right now? That's exactly what we're talking about. Dick riders. We don't ride our master teachers' dicks. They're just our master teachers. We do our own studying. We're not religiousized Moors. We're not follower Moors. Right? We don't go around following our master teachers, sniffing their ass like that. That's not what it's about. We're busy studying. We ain't got no time to be chasing around no master teachers all over the place because they're the master teacher. What are you talking about? They said don't follow them. You're telling me you're gonna bring Aleem on here right now as if like that's gonna do something. What's that gonna do? Just make you look like more of a dumbass. This is about nationality and birthrights. This is the same stuff that we're talking about. This is the exact same thing. For the people who are watching, you got live firsthand, an example of exactly what we're talking about, these people who are traitors.
Yep.
These people who have criminal intent. Do you think he didn't know he was going to come on here and try to rebel rouse? How come he's never been on here ever before? Where you been? Where you come from? I never seen you comment ever. We've been on here 10 years. Never have I seen Arushas Amin Bey show up in the thing. Never.
Breach of peace. Man did a bunch of stuff.
Never. And then if you're telling me you've been around, then you should be repping for Canaanland Moors, not coming over here talking crazy as if GS Cujo put in his work or whatever. What are you talking about? What people we saved? Those people we put in the right direction that saved them from losing everything. They were this close to losing everything. No fees, no nothing. Cujo will be on the phone with 3 hours and all that stuff. It don't matter. This is birthrights. Just dealing with another Moor. Right? Like I said, we were on here yesterday. Nothing. We were on here yesterday. Where were you at? Same time as right now. You were talking crazy yesterday. Where were you before that? All of a sudden you pop up talking crazy. And again, this is for the people who are watching to realize that that's how it happens when you're on this side.
Yep.
We don't just talk what we're talking about. Allah is going to show you through us what's up. After that, it's on you. You can't say that you didn't get told. Everything that we read today, all this stuff, that's why we just let them talk. Because we already know what's up. We're not blind to the fact. We know what's up. We study. Right? Like anybody who's anybody knows. You're not getting Kudro mad over some internet stuff. What are you talking about? Pissed off because of you? Please, I'm more pissed off that you're dirty dragging Alim's name in your stuff that you can't deal with. That's more what I'm pissed off about. You bringing him in it as if he has something to do with you coming over here talking crazy. Trust me, if it was that crazy. If it was really like that, yeah. Bring you on. But no, you had your chance and you played yourself. You had your chance and played yourself. Right? You played yourself. Yeah, you know how many people want the opportunity to be on here to talk? People, ain't nobody coming on here and wasting time talking BS. They're gonna say something worth saying. You think you're calling into the mothers and talk crazy? No. You're gonna call in.
Oh, they can call tonight too.
And you're gonna, oh yeah, why don't you do that? Call in tonight, ask the mothers that question that you just asked about tribes and all that stuff. And IPOs. And
if they selling packages and all that.
Yeah, why don't you call into the show? Actually, yeah, let's get the info for you. So you can call in. So that way there's no worries. You know, since you're saying RV based selling packages and all that stuff, you might as well talk to the source. Right? You might as well talk to the source. So there's the info at the bottom of the thing tonight, 9 p.m. MHHS, eyes wide open. There's the call-in number. Make sure you call in at 8:45 so you can get into the queue. So if you don't get into the queue, then whatever. And if you think that they're selling packages, ask them tonight. Do they sell packages? See what they tell you. Since you're not hearing what we're saying, we're telling you they're not selling packages, but you still want to play like you're not hearing what we're saying. All right, cool, no problem. Go talk to them then. See what they tell you. And also make sure that you let them know that your friend, you're someone who you know well, got played by them because they bought a package from RV Bay Publications. You put that on.
Yeah, and call your friend and tell him to be on the phone with you. They can get to the bottom of this.
And we're saying, don't look at us like these people because they gotta get some time on our thing, because our thing is let them talk. We don't block people. We don't put people in timeout. We don't do none of that BS. We let them talk. Ain't nothing for me to prove. I don't have to prove anything. Like I said, we don't have to be on here doing anything. We can know about our birthright and go about our business like other Moors who was fed up with this BS and said, forget this. I'm just going to do it with my family and that's it. I ain't even wasting time with people because people aren't really about this like that. Select few. Select few.
Yep.
Right? Honors to the faithful. Honors to all the faithful. Because we aren't here to make people misrepresent what this is about. Right? We're here to expose people misrepresenting what this is about and trying to make you think that your birthright is what these people are exemplifying. No, it's not. Your birthright is what it is to you. Because you're the one that proclaimed your nationality. Somebody didn't proclaim your nationality for you. Right? These individuals that claim RV Bay Publications is selling packages, there's no paperwork that exists on the planet. There's no identification that exists on the planet that has rvbaypublications.com on it. Right? Right? Nothing has RV Bay Publications on it because it's a publications company. It does not give nationality. It can't give nationality. It's a right. Nationality is inalienable and you can't buy it or sell it. Anybody buying it or selling it is committing fraud and treason. And they're violating divine and constitutional law. These people who we're talking about today, they're getting people all over the world. They're not just limiting their fraud game, sell package game to North America. We're getting emails from people in Europe who are played by these people, gave them $3 grand for some papers. And then you're trying to tell me RV Bay is the problem? How's RV Bay the problem? That's like we were talking about yesterday. The guy is doing pedophilia and you're talking about, well, why are you talking to the pedophilia like that? Don't talk to him like that. Why are you calling him out? Right? Because whoever trained you didn't train you properly. Whoever trained you, they didn't train you properly. They did a bad job training you. You're not a good troll. Your troll game is weak. Weak troll game. Just telling you, tomorrow, the day after that, 5 weeks from now, 3,000 days from now, doesn't matter. Alim El Bey would get given his finance to come do a lecture for the Moors out here. Because he has information to assist us in understanding the truth about our nationality and our birthrights. That's why. And every time that he came here with Mother Khadira, there was no time whatsoever that they came here and pushed some Washita paperwork here. They came here and brought information. They didn't come here and push no IPO number and all that stuff, UN number as a Washita. They didn't come here and do that. They came here and taught people how to breathe. They came here and taught people about holistic health and making sure you're eating the right foods. They came here with history information. They came here with metaphysical information. They came here with books from authors who you don't even know who these people are. You never heard them ever in your life. Because we don't dick ride. We are students. And whoever is presenting the most truthful information is who we're riding with. Anybody else, they're probably a fraud. More than likely, they're a fraud. So you got it live today of how deep the fraud is. Of people trying to make it seem as if a publications company can sell nationality. So because they're doing it, everybody else could do it. But that's a fraud. There's no such thing as a publication company selling nationality. That does not exist. That is a fiction. Anybody who's saying that, they're a traitor. They're a sellout. Anybody saying that. Because everybody who has allodial national ID or judicial proclamation and name correction sealed, witnessed, know without a shadow of a doubt that those articles, documentation do not have the name RV Bay Publications on it. Nowhere can it be found. So it's a lie for people to say that RV Bay Publications is selling packages. It's a lie. And when people are lying, that means they're not trustworthy. And if they're not trustworthy, that means they're traitors. Because they're working with the other side to keep you in mental servitude, to keep you incompetent. Right? What are they doing to your mind? Like we said, depredation, the act of plundering, robbing, or pillaging. That's what they're doing to people's mind. Right? And on the question, are you saying that your master teacher is a fraud? What I'm saying is no man's perfect. So we don't ride dicks. Everybody, but what they said, yeah, right. Anybody thinking like that is a fraud.
Playing yourself.
Anybody thinking like that is a fraud. Anybody thinking like that. You saw the chat? One of the Moors was asking about the word earlier when we were talking about the hypnosis. What was the other word? I even forgot.
It's in Latin, reptile. It's right underneath the word repetitive.
Oh yeah, repetitive. Yeah, repetitive.
Yeah, right underneath it.
Yeah. Repetitum namium. Repetitum. Repetitum namium. Namium. Namium.
Yep, and do your research on that. What's that definition?
Oh yeah,
right
reciprocal distress.
Right. Look up that.
Reciprocal distress.
Reciprocal. Do all your. Please do your deep study on reciprocal distress.
Right.
If they want to check so bad, they did. Go claim that and get a check. You're suffering from
reciprocal distress.
Right. There you go.
So you can get your check.
Get your check. Because other people getting checks for bullets and stuff. I don't want to go into that.
Oh yeah, Black's Law Dictionary. Let's just put this one out there because this one just happened to just be here. President of the United States. The official title of the Chief Executive Officer of the federal government in the United States. Presidential electors. A body of electors chosen in the different states whose sole duty it is to elect a president and vice president of the United States. Each state appoints in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state is entitled in Congress. The usual method of appointment is by general ballot, so that each voter in a state votes for the whole number of electors to which his state is entitled.
So the people don't vote.
Oh.
The electoral.
Interesting.
The electoral colleague is doing the voting.
It's Black Law Dictionary, by the way.
It's not. They were like, oh, that's Green Sheik said, no.
Yeah.
Black Law Dictionary, 4th edition. It's not an opinion. That's the law.
No. Let me ask you this question. If you're not registered with the UN, Brother Yusuf, how do you expect to get any remedy?
Remedy from who? For what? I don't want anything with them. I don't want nothing from them people. Nothing. Remedy. I don't want nothing. Because I'm pretty sure whatever they're giving you, they're not giving it to you in your free national. They're gonna give it to you in that slave. I don't want nothing from them. I don't even deal with that. I don't remedy nothing. I don't know whatever word they want. If it's coming from them, I don't want it. I don't even want it. I know other people will probably take it. I don't want it.
Well, the second part to the question was, we don't even have a seat in the United States government.
What's that? You don't even have a seat in Subway's Corporation. Okay. I don't work for Subway. I don't work for Subway. Why would I need to have a seat with Subway? Or Walmart or McDonald's. Why would I need to have a seat with any of their board members? Why? Because that's what the United States is. I said it the other day in the law book, Jurisprudence and Philosophy of Law, in its introduction. It compares United States to Jiffy Lube. Because it only exists because the people say it exists. It doesn't exist.
And also
now
too,
you want me to have a seat in that?
right, in that non-existent thing. And then speaking about not having a seat, the reality is not only did I proclaim with Moorish Science Temple, I also proclaimed the Moorish-American national government. I also proclaimed the Washita. I also proclaimed the Great Seal. So this idea that people have of declare who you are, but that means you're part of some organization because you declared to them, that's a fiction. Because no matter where you go, so if I go into Walmart and I say I'm a Moor, that means Walmart made me a Moor?
Right. These people go to the post office to get passport applications. That's real though. That's real to them to be able to. You at the freaking post office. How the post office making you be able to travel the world because they sent the document through some paperwork to some other? No, but they accept that to be real. None of that. It's another how. I looked at it the other day because like the fishing license crap. I'm like, oh, you supposed to go get a license from Walmart? Walmart is giving out the fishing licenses. You go there, some punk little child, teenager, looking at you asking, for your private information so you can get a fishing license. That's fraud at Walmart. That's Walmart. Why would I be going to Walmart to get a fishing license if it's government? Why are you telling me to go to Walmart? Shouldn't I be going into a government building? Because it's all corporate. As soon as I seen it, I said, that's why. It's all corporate. They don't have any just real government buildings. The real government building is the Moors in their domicile. That's your government building.
Yep. Say that again.
The real government is the Moors in their domicile. That's your government.
Yep.
There you go. That's it right there.
That's the seat.
Right. That's your seat. That little recliner you got. That recliner you got in your living room. Right there. There go your seat. There go your seat.
Yep.
Remember, power is an illusion. We're taught power is an illusion. What seat? In what? I told you I go right to nature. I don't see the squirrels having no seat in nothing. That's outside of nature. We deal with nature's law. All you gotta do is watch nature. Where is that at? Where's the seat for the squirrels? I always go right back to that. I want to know that.
Oh yeah.
And if anybody got it.
Oh yeah. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. A quick note. Cujo admitted he paper traced 5 different folks. Now, check this game now. I never paid for anything. I never paid Aline Bay for Washita paper that we got. I never paid Great Seal for a paper that we got. I never paid Moorish-American national government to proclaim my nationality with them. Because you can't buy birthrights.
Right.
You can't buy a nationality. The nationality comes with you.
Yep.
We're just unconscious of what it is. As soon as you become conscious of it, you're it. There's some paper to make you be that.
If RV Bay is selling packages, how people stealing their paperwork off of their website, taking it on theirs and selling it? Obviously, it's free. Obviously, it's free because they're just copy and pasting, putting it on their website and making packages. Dude, come on. Obviously, it is free. Because these people are copying, pasting it, putting it on their websites and selling it. Come on now. Come on. I'm glad you like, and if you look at the name correction and proclamation paperwork, if you like the Grand Sheik said, if you just follow directions, you read it again, read it again, write it, keep writing it, you'll finally realize it's you. You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody. You didn't study it. So now you're look at you. Now look at you complaining. You didn't study. Yep. You were looking for a quick fix. You didn't study. You didn't look up. You didn't look up seal and Black's Law Dictionary. You think you running around chasing some sticker and like no disrespect to the seal, but I'm looking. Once you start studying, it's like no, if I cut myself and put this blood on this, that's the seal. Like that's real. That's real. You didn't study. Now you're complaining.
You throw the rope while you're drowning, and you go to heaven talking about they didn't help me. They let me drown. No, we didn't. We threw your rope. How come you didn't grab the rope? I saw you look at the rope. You didn't even reach for it.
You want somebody to put the rope around you, help pull you in with the rope. No. Grab the rope.
Didn't even reach for the rope. Didn't even try to reach for the rope.
Yeah, they didn't even try.
Don't even go to heaven lying on Morris. They did. They did it to me.
Been seeing this for years, Grand Sheik. I saw it for years. We've been seeing it for years. I used to hear him calling in the Blog Talk radio, getting cussed the hell out. Mother's just ripping him. Like it's ripping them. Like you probably did something with the paperwork wrong. Did you move? You didn't put the right address on it. Like all of it was their fault. And then they call in. They be like, "Well, yeah, I did move." And I'm like, "You a dummy? Like, what do you mean you did move? You didn't." And now you're complaining, talking about I didn't get my stuff. You moved. You didn't upgrade your address. Like all types of stuff. It was always their fault. Getting their stuff sent back to them. Because you did it wrong. Because you ain't study. You can't even fill out a form right. Because you ain't study. And now you complaining. They sit here for years. This was years ago.
Years ago.
Mother ripping them. This is your fault. What do you mean? What do you mean? You did everything wrong.
Everything.
You going in here putting some title.
You don't read instructions.
No, you're not. No.
You don't follow instructions. That was her favorite one.
Remember this?
That was her favorite one. You don't follow instructions. You just want to do your own thing. You can't do your own thing. You can't do your own thing. Sorry. There's a way that this is supposed to be done. That's what it is. You're not gonna do it that way, then.
You want to be Prophet Ali?
Yeah.
On your name correction. No.
King Prophet Ali.
Yeah, King Prophet Ali.
King Prophet Ali.
King Chief Emperor Ali. Prophet. Come on, man. And the mothers, I know they probably seen worse than that. Worse than that. Like, what is this?
Crazy.
And you still, and that's all ego with that name correction. You still didn't know. You still didn't write it, read it. I know it's 11 pages. So what? You ain't doing nothing else. You ain't been doing nothing for however long you came into this information. You ain't did nothing since then. Yeah. Nothing.
However long. That's why I was asking, how long you been in this? No crickets. How comes crickets? How come you don't say how long you been in this? Huh? Because he knows that there's no reference point. There's a troll. That's when they sent the troll to troll. It's the super troll. The troll sucks. You guys need to get better trolls. Trolls suck. Yes, trolls suck. Sending these whack
Who
trolls.
sent you? Like my sister said, who sent them?
Who sent you? Where's your mama? You gotta talk to your mom. We're not even talking to you. What do you mean he's throwing rocks at people's houses and stuff like that? We're just gonna go straight to your mom.
Yep. And then you talk to her, she be like, I don't even know why you listening to him. I don't even know why you listen. We all listen to him. Everybody listen to that boy. Anybody listen to that boy? Hey, what's wrong with y'all?
What's wrong with y'all? In the big people's conversation.
Exactly.
Can't be a big people's conversation, my youth. My youth. Simmer. Simmer yourself, my youth.
Yep.
Crazy. These people.
What's his title?
Russia's Amin Bey. Russia's Amin Bey.
And it's some more. You go to his mom's house, she be like, what you talking about, Derek?
Derek got a nationality yesterday, talking crazy. Stop it, Derek. Derek, we know it's you. We know it's you, Derek. Stop it. Stop it, Derek. This guy. You know how much Moors I proclaim to? Ain't no Moor make me a Moor. What are you talking about? A Moor made me a Moor. What? Yes, I proclaimed with many Moors, many bodies of Moors, I proclaim my nationality with. None of them made me though. I proclaim my nationality to them. Like you're supposed to do. Status is the first issue.
I don't get that. We do it all day. We ask Moors, we ask people, what's your nationality? And the first thing they do is they have to proclaim to us who they are. That happens all day. That's regular. But now because it's on paper, now it's a big old deal because it's on paper. We had that conversation all day. All day, asking people, what's your nationality? And then they proclaim who they are. It's simple. But because now it's this paper thing, back to the illusion.
Yep. The only paper we chase are books. That's it.
That's it.
I don't know any other paper than books. That's all I know. I don't know any other paper than books. What other paper people talking about? That's all illusion. All illusion.
People can't, that shocked me too. When I realized that, that's another lesson too, because people really don't even know. A lot of people didn't even know that they can do it by themselves.
Yeah,
I know that.
That was a crazy one too. Yeah. Thinking they need somewhere to do this.
It's like, you didn't watch enough Taj videos? He told you can put it on toilet paper.
Use toilet paper.
Use toilet paper. It didn't even matter. It didn't even matter.
Use toilet paper.
You guys are paying $5,000 for used toilet paper. Get out of here.
Yep.
Get out of here. So you could have put that on used toilet paper, but you want to pay $5,000. Now it's real. Yeah, all right, man. See? You didn't study. You didn't study. Green sheet. That's why I told you I be in my garden.
Straight up.
I be in my garden. They be wondering, where's Brother Yusuf? Brother, I studied. I'm studying.
Yeah.
I done seen that. I know what they doing.
I know exactly what they're doing.
It's not about that. I had to figure out, I was like, it's not about that. Not at all. I remember Bobby, I was listening to Bobby Hemmett. He said the next level is to be God. You over here chasing stuff that you already did We already was the emperors of this, the gods of this, the kings of this, and all of that. The next thing is to be God. I said, oh, okay. And now I'm looking at law dictionaries, Grand Sheets reading the definition of misrepresentation, and they're giving me metaphysical dictionary definitions.
Yeah.
It's still giving me right, yo. It's not what they think. It's nothing what they think. Back to the mind. Back to energy. Back to astrology. Already in law showing you.
Yeah, for real. That's the more I put a question in the chat. What are you Dirty Moors gonna do when you realize you're expendable to these people? Like, what are you gonna do when the sellout isn't real anymore? Like, are you gonna be trying to say sorry at that point, or what? Like, what are you really
gonna? Thing too. That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought of that. Like, for all the straddlers too, the ones who push this, they're afraid of a black messiah, and the next thing I know, you're feds up and all of that. That straddling stuff. I wonder what they're gonna do when it hits the fan. Like, no. We saw the straddle. What do you mean? We saw the straddling. You playing the both sides. People think they're just gonna get away with, my brother. You was taking a check for years.
Playing the people.
Selling birthright. Making people sleep in their conveyances. And now because, but we Moors. Brother, you made the Moor brother sleep in her conveyance. You were selling nationality packages for $5,000. But we Moors. And don't fight your brother. So what's supposed to happen to this guy who's just selling packages for $5,000? Nothing.
This guy just going around touching little girls' knees and stuff like that. And you're talking about vote for him? That's what's going on?
You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy. Because you know what he's doing. The Grand Sheik is giving everybody notice of what they're doing. And then you're going to say, why are you coming at your brother? So you know what they're doing. That's conspiracy. He just put you on notice of what they're doing. And you're saying, don't come at them. So you're agreeing to what they're doing is correct.
That's so messed up.
I always say they're worse. I told you, those are the ones that's looking around the hallway while the little girls in here getting their knees touched.
Yep.
They're keeping lookout.
Or the one who's sending the little girls in the office, knowing what's about to go down.
Goodness.
Knowing what's about to go down.
And then they keep doing it.
Yeah.
They keep doing it.
And then
keep bringing their child over there.
And then are gonna be looking at other people saying, "Oh no, it's not him. It's those guys over there who are the real ones, touching the knees, because they make the children wear dresses down to their ankles, so they're definitely touching. Not the ones who are dressing them up like little hookers and stuff like that. Not those ones. Those ones aren't the ones that are setting up this madness. It's the ones who are making sure they have their veil so nobody can't see their beautiful faces and stuff like that when they're 6, because pervs everywhere. Traitors. Straight traitors.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, man.
You know what they're doing. But don't forget, MHHS, eyes wide open. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to call in, get the full 3 hours, or don't call in. Listen on Blog Talk and get at least 2 hours information to help you navigate, because there's a lot of traders out here. There's a lot of traders out here. So be very diligent, because it's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Misrepresentation came in live. That's crazy.
Yo. Crazy. And it came in so live that you can't deny. You can't deny. Like, you cannot deny. No. There's a certain energy. Just like with Sons of Allah, that we always get the good days. It's always a full moon or new moon or something.
Yep.
Always get the good days. Same thing with Canaanland Moors. You always get those interesting at the moment ones that just prove it to you. You can't even debate it. You can't. You can't.
It got to be something with that too, because y'all been getting that for years.
Yo.
You got alignment. I'm like, you know how many times I don't listen and y'all say that same line, you know, something, and it's like, what is it with these every third Thursdays?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna make me go through the history. I'm gonna run it back. Astrologically, you know what I mean? With the days of the month, like, I need to know what's going on in the stars.
James,
every third Thursday. And you know it's something with them threes too? Numerology. The number 3 is very important.
Straight. Very important. But it's locked down. You know what I mean? More just gotta keep studying. You know what I mean? Recognize that it is real. You know, it is real. Just hold tight. The appearance that, you know what I mean, things aren't really where they're at and all that stuff. Don't get caught up in all that. This is about you freeing yourself from mental slavery that you have right now. And the best way to do that is to get information, not buy packages. The best way to free yourself is to get information. A guy over there is not going to sell you some package that's going to make you beat your charges. It's not happening like that. Right? It's not happening. You need to check yourself as to why you got the charges.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. Right? And then you alter how you've been maneuvering, because obviously you're not maneuvering right if you keep going to see these people. It's about changing your mind so you change your energy. Change your energy, you're going to change your situations.
Yeah.
It's an amazing little formula. That's so simple. So simple. Just take some responsibility. Yeah, just take some responsibility. Right? Just like the trolling dummy. Take some responsibility that the stuff, the information for the show, for the broadcast, been on the bottom of the screen for the last hour. How are you asking if it's tonight? How? Like, how is it that you're asking, is it tonight, when The ad for the thing tonight has been playing at the bottom of the screen for the past hour. Maybe longer than that.
They don't read.
Like, are we supposed to just allow this incompetence? Because people approach with this incompetence. That's what we're talking about. Why we even went into the whole RV Bay thing, because people have these warped mindsets. Like, people actually think like this.
They don't even see it neither.
They don't even see that they think like this. Stuff's been stuff's been scrolling across the screen for the past hour. You didn't see that thing saying there? You didn't really see, you didn't see it? Like, we really have that on there because the thing's not tonight. We're really telling people, call into the number. It says tonight at 9 p.m. right there. You still asking about, is it tonight? Either people are incompetent or they're trolls. Like, either people are incompetent or they're traitors. Either people are incompetent or they're whatever. So if they're incompetent, well, ignorance is no excuse. So I don't know what to tell you. If they're not incompetent, then that means they know exactly what they're doing. This is malicious intent now at this point. This is purposeful at this point. And if they're going to purposefully rape their people, if they're going to knowingly rape their people, if they're going to be so sure about their intent of saying, yes, you're sleeping in your car tomorrow because I'm getting this 5,000 from you. That's the lowest that they could go. And if they're that low, Mayor of Steel. Ain't even nothing to have no conversation about. Right? And then they're going to call into the show before 9 o'clock as if you're going to get in before 9. When we already told you 15 minutes before 9 is when you call in. Half hour before 9.
You got 20 minutes.
People,
20 minutes.
This is what is going on with our people out here. They have these type of mindsets. Why, Brother Sheldon?
If he read the sign that was up there an hour ago, he could have been writing questions down for our, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a studious person. Like, okay, I'm gonna write down my questions to this class. I'm gonna have my questions ready. All of that. Nothing. He still just wants to sit here and slander. Cause confusion.
Cause confusion.
Which is war. This is a war crime too that he's committing.
War crime. War crime. Because when you really start studying, and you realize that this is about your birthrights, and this is about your nationality, and this is yours. You realize what it really is that Joe Ali brought for you, and that no one else could come and give you anything that's gonna trump what he brought for you. No one else. And if anybody's claiming they got something, you know, oh no, war crime, adult, not war cry. War crime.
War crimes. Yeah.
Because they're causing confusion.
The definition of war is confusion. Etymology dictionary, unabridged, when you look up the word war, it means confusion.
So if they're selling packages that do nothing for anybody, and then go around telling confusion that, oh yeah, this is the one Don't go to those people over there. Come over here, because we're actually the ones who have the real ID. We have the real passport. Then that's confusion. That's a war crime. They're engaging. They're participating in war crimes, confusion crimes, confusion crimes. You know exactly what they're doing. And again, they're only dividing and conquering because of the people's ignorance. They're not dividing and conquering because of what you see. We're not divided as active Moors. The active Moors aren't divided. Moors who honor Noble Drew Ali and all that are not divided. The division is from the people who look at this like a club versus the people who look at this like birthright. And in that case, there's no division because this is about birthright. This is not about a club. The people who are thinking about this, that did some club and somebody could give them nationality, they're incompetent. And they better go study so they can know what this is instead of thinking that somebody could give it to them or sell it to them or rent it to them. Right?
Putting people on the do not detain list, selling packages for getting on the do not detain list. Y'all better go look up detain in Black's Law Dictionary. It don't mean what you think it means. Look at that.
The problem for me is Moors are doing different things, none on the same page. It causes confusion. The reason why there's confusion is because all these people strayed away from the foundation, which was rvbaypublications.com. Everybody knows that's the foundation. Because you can go there and get everything that you need just from there. But people got in their feelings and their emotions and people want to get, you know what I mean, more recognition and they want to make more finance and they want to this and that, and here we are. But the confusion that we have right now that you're talking about, the confusion that we have right now is because there was a foundation, right? And the people who were coming in weren't looking at it holistically. Like we said, everybody who we say is a master teacher, the Moors who brought us in, put them to us like that. These are the Moors that he didn't say, well, these ones are going to whatever, and then these ones are going to whatever, and then these are there. These are the ones. You don't study from anybody else other than them. You'll be all right in this. Which means that there was confusion during that time. Right. Especially in this day and time. Because you getting it from anybody in this day and time might mean the difference between 3,000 and 10,000 notes for your birthright that you're going to go pay because you think that that's how this goes. When that whole concept was brought here by people who are outside of the master teachers. People who didn't stick to the program of who the master teachers were and started becoming sheep grand and chief of this and whatever, claiming that they have something to offer the people when really they didn't. They just took people's stuff and used it, say something different, put some words different, and then claim that it's theirs. That's their intellectual property now. So when it's confusing, start looking at who you've been getting the information from. And if you haven't been getting your information from the more Avengers, then somebody's been playing you. Right. Peace and love to all the Moors. Islam, brother Yusuf.
What's on? Just make sure you look up every word that they tell you.
Every word.
Every word they say. Look it up in law and look it up in etymology. You'll find out a lot of things with just looking up words. I remember I found out the real etymology of prom, realizing how much notes people spend on their children going to prom and all that. Go look up that stuff. Every word they say. Every word. Look it up. I don't care what it is. Look it up. But I remember they always say the prophet be plagiarized. Plagiarized means the kidnapping of children. Go look it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's misrepresentation. Every time they say that about the prophet, that's criminal and that's crime. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't even look it up. That's misrepresentation.
Oh, and then we can close out when you answer this one. So isn't El and Bay supposed to be given to Moors by the temple?
Who gives so-called Chinese people their last names?
Mm-hmm.
The so-called Chinese people go to Chinese restaurants to get last. They open up fortune cookies to get last name. What you talking about, man? Like, what are you talking about? What do you think these people? How does that work? Like, come on, you see that? You think Chinese people do that? So-called, they open up fortune cookies and okay, this our last name. Like, no, you don't go to some building. That's human trafficking. If somebody's selling you your birthright, that's human trafficking. Or you got to go to some building and somebody got to give you your title, some man or some woman, especially if they're not your mother. No, that's not your mother. Who is that? That's not your mother. Now it's real. No, it's real when you came out your mother.
That's
you saw that more bited.
That
was it. When you came off that naval, it was already Moorish. Everything was Moorish about everything that was moving. You was already doing everything Moorish. And now you gotta go to a temple. Oh God. That's horrible.
Yeah, and folks in the chat got titles on the straw man. That's fraudulent. Stop lying. They don't have titles on the straw man. They have titles on the name that they were born with, that they got from their mom or their dad. The straw man is all caps. I don't see anybody in here with El or Bay on something all caps. No one in here in the chat. I don't care what they got El or Bay after. I don't see any all capital letter stuff in here. So
That's
again,
a perfect example.
So go study. Stop playing games like you know stuff. Islam to all the Moors. Don't forget MHHS. Eyes wide open. And then we'll close out with this one since people want to play like they don't know that we know what's up. Islam Moors.
This is a homage beat.
Hell's hot, but get cold with this winter. My earth takes To break quake cities off the cliff, down deep sea into mountain, continental shift. The continent could drown or rip. There's more. Think not, you don't know what I'm into. Where I'm at, soul in the mental, smack all instrumentals round me. It's all about my circle squared up. For my nature, clear not. Love bravery, am I didn't make her. She made me to create the world, the home she in. Shape for skin, contain a frame, no minor. She a major win, angel ain't grew up educated on the demons, veiny scaly wings, ranger paper bullshit, the mother for that. Got nothing to fact, Negro black colored, on the chopper block, still on the block, shopping, whatever they rap, rob, recover the chop, the world's shaking. Still my words just take it in, hear me speaking out your ear holes. How can you retain a quote? Stop, your brains bang, shot, but still you won't crow. Commander in chief, masters turn sheep at the battle. Stay chattel to eat, and wolf from my white beats. At times a werewolf, they attack me and turn full towards the garden. Cold water make a black sea. Black male, black coat, black blue. Black fish, black ball, black food. Black male, black trees, black news. It's no such thing as black man. Black male, black coat, black blue. Black fish, black ball, black food. Black fish, black cheese, black news. But no such thing as a black man. Roses all red, green, gun copper, shot, pop, bust, and he left, didn't leave no weeds, no seeds. I'm his skull and his backbone ripped with his voice tone. Moms are saying a heartbeat, consanguinity though. Got some pork bites, now I'm civil. I get you with my pen, no more dog fights and scribbles. Enforcing treaties, I'm a caustic greedy, dressed in costumes to greet me. You think you know how this is gonna end, really? Show the beginning. Apocalypse now, the dead don't know about the living. Why I can't kill them, why I try to lift them. Stand, more mass don't make you a bigger man. It's mental. You just keep going. Black male, black coat, black blue. Black fish, black ball, black food. Black male, black trees, black news. It's no such thing as black man. Black male, black coat, black blue. Black fish, black ball, black food. Black fish, black cheese, black news. But no such thing as a black man.